What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video music for the first time as a musician myself. And today's the return of Blazblue, although I'm not entirely sure what game this is. I think this might be Central Fiction, but we're hearing two songs. We have In the Shadows, Hibiki Kohaku's theme from the channel Who Am I, and then Jubei's theme, Stand Unrivaled, from the channel Kyle. These were requested by a couple people, Leonsbane, Arthur, Joel, and Beelz. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, at least for In the Shadows, comes from Chrono Phantasma, and then it was just done again in Central Fiction. And then I think the Blazblue cross tag battle of Stand Unrivaled is also from Central Fiction. So I think these are all from Central Fiction, except actually I'm not sure about Stand Unrivaled. Did that also come from Chrono Phantasma? It's a little confusing when you don't know what's going on, but either way, two character themes. It's really cool. It's always fun. I don't really care at the end of the day. I'm just going to listen to the music. This is In the Shadows, Hibiki Kohaku's theme from, let's just say, Blazblue. All right, here we go. I love the piano in Blazblue. It's like such a unique thing about it. And the bass. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, that bass is so punchy. Ooh. And then the nice piano. Oh, I love this contrast already. Nice, elegant piano, crunchy as hell bass. Oh my god, the bass. It was a matter of time before the harmonized dual guitars came in. Duh. So much so that the bass is taking a complete backseat. And we're back. Right here at this exact moment, it sounds like a Skullgirl song. Skullgirl uses a lot of the organ like that. Oh, an organ drone note. You don't hear that all the time. It's still being held. And then a violin came in. Whoa. Okay, so that was like verse 2. That was a lot happening in that one. Usually don't hear the organ being held for that long. But the violin was pretty cool. Meanwhile, I'm trying to guess what kind of character this is. Still changing. I feel like we're in a bridge right now. Maybe a solo? Interesting theme. Very colorful. It is a solo time now. chords. Oh. What is this? This song is all over the place. Okay, this character. I don't want to say unpredictable. That's because any character in any fighting game can be unpredictable, but like their personality. Another solo. Dude, there's so much musical stuff happening constantly. So this composer is obviously no stranger to doing some kind of out-of-the-box stuff. There's one theme, I'm not sure which one came first, but there's one theme that it reminded me of when, oh god, it's in Guilty Gear, so it's the same composer, but I forgot the name of the character. He's kind of like a weird character. Let me just look it up right now. Give me a second. In the meantime, though, that song just kind of like refused to stay put. You know, it was just, was it Happy Chaos? I think it was Happy Chaos. As soon as I started to type it, it kind of came to me. Yeah. So Guilty Gear Strive Drift Happy Chaos theme, it kind of reminded me a little bit of that, kind of in the aspect of just kind of going everywhere musically, and just it was like a ride and it didn't really follow your traditional like verse chorus structure. It was just very progressive. What was something else I was gonna say? Oh, actually, I was gonna say I wanted to hear that first part again, but I can actually just freely hear that whenever I want. The beginning of the song, like the first verse, I think, that was really, really cool because it had so much emphasis on bass, like being really distorted and gritty, while the piano was just like really nice and jazzy. But it seemed like the song was less about like, well, traditional song structure as opposed to more like movements, I guess. Just little like blocks of certain parts. Because the whole first minute or so was like purely bass, 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 bass. And then it moved on to like the violin for a little bit. And then at that point, it reminded me of a song I heard recently from Final Fantasy 13 called Full Speed Ahead, which I also did a guitar cover for. The violin sounded kind of similar in that verse. And after that, it started to get really guitar heavy. And the bass just started to just kind of dissipate in the background. And then it just got more and more musical and it started getting more solo focused. It was just really like it makes me think as to why the composition went this way. If it was to fit the character or if it was just like, you know, he was on a roll with the musical ideas and it just kind of kept going and just said, screw it, this is what it is now. Which makes me think, and this is one of my favorite things about fighting games is the character themes, right? They all represent the character. And unless we hear it directly from the composer's mouth or the sound director's mouth, we just truly don't know if the songs are made exactly with the character in mind, usually, yeah. Or if sometimes they get made in kind of bulk and then just choose after who they go to. Which is also not a terrible bad idea either, because maybe something you thought would work for X character works better for Y character. So it makes me think, like, was this one 100% made? I guess we won't really know. Maybe, who knows? With this character in mind, because if so, then I have to think this character is just really bizarre. You know, like, not the moveset per se, but themselves. They're really odd. For example, another kind of a weird, not weird, I think it's an amazing song, but where I'm kind of thinking. Also, the outfit kind of reminded me of them a little bit. But there's this character in Street Fighter V called Fang or Fong, but it's still a mystery whether that's an acronym or not. No one knows what it stands for. It's F-A-N-G, and to my knowledge, I don't think it's ever been discovered what that stands for. But anyways, he's like this weird boss character. He kind of looks like the judge from what's his name, Roger Rabbit. And his song is like one of the most standout songs in the entire game, and he's one of the most standout characters. You know, he's really bizarre, he's really weird, kind of contorts his body, he's really, really tall, but he has a really jazzy, kind of unpredictable song that is unlike anything else. Which, by the way, fun fact, that song, which is really bizarre, is composed by Kaiki Kobayashi, who's known for Ace Combat. So not only is that song completely unique in that game, but it's also very unique to that composer because he never writes like that. Or not that we normally know him as. Anyways, I'm kind of going on a tangent. If I had to guess, I don't know how Blazblue works. I never met any of the characters. I've just seen pictures of them. If I had to guess this character, I'll take a guess at their moveset too because I know some movesets, but if I had to guess, this character is just really unpredictable. I don't want to say mysterious because that sounds kind of vague, but I want to say unpredictable as in kind of like bipolar type of, you know, actions. As far as a moveset, I don't think I've ever guessed a moveset before, so that's exciting. Again, I've only seen Blazblue from afar, so I'm pretty sure it's like this heavy emphasis on like, I don't know if air dasher is the right word here, but it's definitely bundled into the anime fighters. So, what am I seeing here? Got gloves on. Is that a cloak? Right? It goes up to the neck. Can't see further down. I see a feather. One thing only comes to mind when I see this character, and that's mage. I know that's kind of vague, but I'm thinking like very, like magic manipulation. Don't know if they have a weapon or something. Okay, here. I guess my archetype that I'm guessing for this character is very like trap based. Something on the screen stays on the screen for a while, that kind of thing. So let me know. I'm very curious. But we still have another song to go to. Oh right, it's called In the Shadows. Interesting. Now this one, again, to my knowledge, this is a song that already exists in a game prior, and they just put it into Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. Is that the case with, if that's true, is that the case with every song in Blazblue Cross Tag Battle? I kind of need to know these things for future reactions. So, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, but it looks like a cat. Just a straight up cat. It doesn't look humanoid. It's a cat. So, with that said, we have Stand Unrivaled. From, it says Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, but it came from what I believe is Central Fiction. Okay. Not what I was expecting. This is way more serious than I thought it was going to be. Blazblue is so dope. Blazblue is so sick. Yeah, Japanese flutes and metal. Oh, come on. This is a rare sound. I don't hear this often. You don't hear these instruments usually collide. I can probably count on one hand in my entire life where I've heard a shamisen and electric guitar together. What? English? Have I heard vocals in Blazblue? I don't remember. It's very like rock, but the guitars are very metal. I know that doesn't make too much sense, but like it's a rock groove, like arena rock. But the guitars are metal AF. DLC character. Oh. Are they new to Central Fiction? This feels very Pantera right now. Even the solo. This sounds very Pantera. Especially with the drums too. Not anymore. If you ever wonder what Pantera sounds like, the last 10 seconds. Ooh. Okay. A little solo. Whatever's doing our pages in the background is going from left to right speaker. Oh, keyboard has made his appearance. I gotta look something up. The riffing is so good. Oh, it's one of those songs where it's like sandwiched. See, I can't do that. Have I done that? I don't know. I'm speaking as a songwriter. It's rare and kind of hard to make a riff and then to only use it like either once or either at like sandwiching the song between intro and outro. Like this one, there was like dun 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 dun, dun right, it never appeared again. I always like to, repeat it a couple times and kind of give it a showcase. No, yeah, I've done that before. What I'm talking about. So, this one's really guitar heavy, but also it has a whole different feel. Honestly, this feels more like Guilty Gear to me. I know I was gonna say this kind of sounds weird, but it doesn't sound weird at all. It is the same composer, so let's get that out of the way, right? Unless you didn't know that. This sounds like what Guilty Gear Strive ended up becoming. I am pretty sure, I don't know this, I could just look it up, but I don't want to. But I'm pretty sure Central Fiction and Crosstag came before Strive. pretty sure. So, anyways, what I'm getting at is, I could just look it up. I'll do it in a second. But I'm pretty sure what I'm saying is like, this is kind of like what, you know, you can start to see the beginnings of what Strive came to be. Let me just look it up. Central Fiction, which I believe is where the song came from, was 2015. That was 10 years ago. Ugh. Can you believe that? Did it make you guys feel old? 2018 was this game, which I'm pretty sure is the same song. And then Strive is 2021, so I was correct. Yeah, I had a hunch. So yeah, so this to me sounds like maybe one of the first times where Daisuke might have been like, this is getting, you know, receiving well in the office or something. Maybe we just make a whole soundtrack out of it or something. I'm just kind of just making ideas up. It's totally possible. But this to me sounds the most almost I was gonna say almost non-Blazblue song there is. But it's the most that sounds like Guilty Gear to me. Whereas usually Blazblue sounds very Blazblue to me. Still cool regardless, it doesn't matter. But I couldn't help but notice that. Now, one thing I looked up while this is going on is, are there lyrics to this? Because someone's saying something. And one of the first things I see is a Reddit post that says Central Fiction is the game of unintelligible lyrics. Oh, so this is an instrument. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the Blazblue wiki. Was this an instrumental in Central Fiction? Actually, I have the link right here. So maybe I'll hear that a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, man, when it comes to Blazblue, some things are just so confusing. You know what? I'm gonna try something really quick. I have the link right here already for, oh, where is it? Stand Unrivaled. See, I had it ready the whole time. I don't know if I'm gonna listen to the whole 5 minutes all over again. Let me kind of skim through it really quick and just see what's up with it. I want to see something. This is from the channel Arc Systems Works, so. I'm gonna fast forward. Okay. I don't know. I'm confused. You guys can tell me. Anyways, the song overall was very unique. I didn't mean to make it sound like... just so you guys know, I still very much like Guilty Gear and I like Blazblue. I'm not going to like be a part of like one community and not, you know, they're both good for what they are. It just depends on my mood. But what I said earlier doesn't like knock this down any couple pegs, but it is different. It's very different. And just kind of video game music in general and music in general. I don't really hear the shamisen with the electric guitars. That's kind of rare unless you have like a specific band that does it. I feel like maybe I've heard something like this somewhere. I don't know where. But I've heard like shamisen and like EDM, but like electric guitar, metal, and the vocals and the rock groove, that's kind of unique. The song is pretty unique, which is another thing I wanted to bring up. The song has a very big rock emphasis. Usually Blazblue is very metal, right? Those two genres are kind of synonymous, but kind of not really. When I think rock, I'm thinking like Nickelback and, you know, stuff like that. Bon Jovi, I don't know, you know, it's just like boom, pop, boom, whatever. It's a little more laid back, whereas metal's like, you know, right? Just heavy emphasis on headbanging and riffs and all that. The guitars of the song were super metal, but everything else was like very rock. And then we had like the whole Japanese influence. And then, yeah, it was just a really bizarre song. And this whole time, like, I'm staring at a cat. So, I don't know. I have no idea if this is... I don't know. Is he the comic relief? Now, since I guessed the first one, I think it's fair that I have to guess for Jubei. I'm trying to think of like how this character would move. What's the term when they walk on all fours? Is it quadpedal? I know bipedal is standing, right? Quadruped. Yeah. Okay. So in my mind, it's either one of two. They're quadrupedal or bipedal, so they're standing on their hind legs, or... But I doubt it. I doubt it's a quadrupedal because you have to animate a whole other skeleton for the game with hitboxes and hurtboxes for one character. I doubt it. So I'm gonna guess this character's standing upright. Moveset though. Do I have any hints? Oh, they have a sword? Okay, it looks like a sword. I'm not entirely sure. Or actually, I don't know. One side, they both... I don't know what the hell... What am I looking at, dude? Then the trench coat? I have no clue. Okay, this is my guess. Perhaps comic relief character, but also is carrying a staff? Uses the staff quite a bit. And my guess is something along the lines of like Cammy, where extremely nimble, very fast. Very fast. But in Street Fighter, there's like a balance of Cammy, for example. She's really, really fast, but she's prone to super high stun and weak health bar. I don't know if Blazblue has any mechanics like that. And the only thing left I'm going to guess is that Jubei's jump arc is probably really springy and high. I'm just going with the whole cat thing here, but anyways, that was an interesting set of songs. Let me know what I got wrong, because there's probably a lot. Do all these songs appear in Chrono Phantasma, or just in the shadows? And just tell me what else. I asked a lot of questions in this video, but really cool. I love Blazblue music, so I always look forward to it, and it's just always a grand old time. That's it. I think that's it. So we have a mysterious mage. These are my guesses. A mysterious mage with traps, and a potential comic relief with a staff who's very nimble. And what the hell? I'm gonna say they talk too. Like, speak human words. Thank you to all the requesters. Thank you to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Peace.